gotta get more to the turn. Oh no, don't yank a chain. Don't yank a chain.
Huh?
Don't yank a chain.
You think we can do it or not?
Hey,
I said it to ask it for the rig.
Is that 2 hooks on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so hook the other, let's see. Yeah.
I tell it to go get the rig.
Alright, what's up guys? So, basically today we'll be replacing the passenger front CV axle on the 4Runner. And a quick explanation on the clip you just saw. Basically last night, this dude wrecked his car like at the entrance of our shop, at the shop complex, and looked like he was drunk, but we had to, well, we tried to tow him out, and Seth ended up trying to yank a chain. It's not good, and basically what ended up happening is this. As you guys can see, it is completely blown. So yeah, we have replaced CV axles before, but this is a first on a truck slash SUV, so that's what we're doing today. Basically how this how-to is gonna go, I'm gonna try to make it very fast-paced because whenever I'm watching how-tos, I don't like a long video. I like short and to the point, so that's how I'm gonna try and do this. So let's do it. By the way, guys, this is a '96 four-wheel drive 4Runner SR5, 3rd generation. So that's what we're working with, and I don't know which one it is. It's probably this one. Oh, yeah. Okay. So obviously, first step, take off the wheel. All right. So next step is to jack it up, and since I have an improper jack, I'm gonna go ahead and jack it up on like the control arm because that's like the lowest point that is sturdy. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right. So I got the wheel off. I went ahead and took the caliper off. This is by no means necessary, but I just find it easier to get this plastic boot off. So this is like a little cover. I dented the shit out of it. Don't do that. But it is kind of difficult to get off sometimes, so I just took a chisel, whatever you want to call it, and a big old hammer, and it's about to come off. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Alright, so there's the cover. It's not really plastic, it's more metal. But yeah, and here's the CV axle nut. So the first step to this is we're gonna go ahead and take that cotter pin out. So we're gonna need pliers for that. So I'm gonna go get some pliers. So remember guys, you're supposed to replace these, not reuse them. So yeah. So you need a 35mm socket, and I didn't have one, so I went to AutoZone and got a rental one for like 22 bucks. Yeah, rental tools are the best tools when you're broke, they are. And then yeah, you just turn that. The hard part, this is honestly probably one of the hardest parts because this nut is gonna be torqued down to about 175 foot-pounds. So it's gonna be very hard to get off. All right, so we got the nut off. Next step is to go ahead and proceed with getting the old CV axle out. All right, next up, you want to go ahead and take your ball jack out of your rear seat and place it upside down on top of the upper ball joint like that. And you just want to get it on there and turn it just to, like, not even much, just a little bit. And then after that, what you want to do is you want to come to the ball joint right here. And there's gonna be 4 bolts. They're all 14mm. You want to take all 4 of those bolts out. That's what I'm gonna do now. I got the 4 bolts out of the ball joint right there. So now what we're gonna do is go ahead and lower this, not lower it, but loosen it up and take this out completely. All right, so I had to tap it with the hammer, like the whole hub assembly, and then it finally just swung out a little bit. So next, what I did is I tapped that with a hammer, and then this comes out. Now, as you guys can see, the CV axle is completely done. All right, now what I'm trying to do is get the inner CV out, and this is gonna be a pain too. It is easier if you remove the skid plate, which is right, that thing right there. But I'm gonna try to do it without doing that. Remember last time on the Civic, if anybody remembers, Zach used a belt to get that out. I might end up doing that. But I got a crowbar right here, and I'm just gonna take that and try to pry it out. So we'll see if I can do it. So there's the inner CV axle bit of it. It just came out. It's really difficult to get that thing out. You have to hit the shit out of it. FedEx drive is fucking insane. But yeah, it just comes right out. Well, I can't say it comes right out. After that, this just goes in. This is the end that goes in the transmission, and this is the end that goes into the wheel. And yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some grease on the splines. It makes it a lot easier. First, I'm just gonna put it on this spline and then later do that one. Yeah, you want the snap ring upwards whenever you put it in the diff. Just makes it easier, and the grease will help a lot. CV axle's in there now. I messed up by choosing to hammer the very end of it, which boogered up the threads. All right, so a couple of quick notes. The nut that came off the old axle was a 35 mil, and the nut that's on the new axle is a 41 millimeter. Your replacement CV may be different from mine. Mine was an import direct from AutoZone, but depending on whatever you get, it may be different. I had to go buy a 41 mil socket from Napa because I know nobody else had one around here, so that was fun. And yeah, I'm pretty sure the CV is mounted and like it's in place where it should be. We'll find out if it's not whenever I go to drive it. But once you get the axle back in, put the nut back on, put the cotter pin back on. New cotter pin, guys. Use new cotter pin. Never really had to take the caliper off in the first place, but I put that back on, rotor back on. And now I'm in the process of putting the ball joint back on, which is right there. And again, it's those 4 bolts, and I was reading that it is suggested to use Loctite, so that's always a good idea to use Loctite. And yeah, I think once I got those 4 bolts back in, I already got 2 in, so once I get the other 2 back in, put the wheel back on, we should be set, and we take it on a test drive. All right, it's all back together, took it for test drive, works great, 4-wheel drive works, everything's good, so it's a success. If you guys like these how-to videos, be sure to comment below. I know this is a different style video from what y'all are used to, but yeah, if you liked it, be sure to drop a comment, and hopefully it helps at least one of y'all. Thanks for watching, later.